Hey, all you music fans out there, welcome to Modern Musicology. My name is Alan, and I am joined by my good buddy, Gerry Schramm. Jerry, what's going on, buddy?
Well, not much. Rush is going on tour, so that's huge.
That's a thing. Yeah. And we're doing this thing today because we were so excited about Rush, this surprise announcement that came about 2 weeks ago that Rush is going to hit the road again. They've got a new drummer and they're going to be doing a big show with a feature in it that is a big tribute to Neil. And I mean, I don't think that anybody predicted this to happen. What did you think when you heard the news?
Well, my co-hosts for the podcast.
Oh yes, mention your podcast real quick.
Oh yeah, I host a Rush podcast.
Yes, you do.
Podcast called Something for Nothing, and my co-host Steve texted me, and his first question was my first question: Is this for real? Is this
right.
AI? Is this a joke? I thought it was a joke until I, looked it up on their actual website, Rush's actual website. I didn't believe it.
I know. And what you and your co-host, what's your reaction to this? Is everybody on board? Was there any hesitancy about, they had said we would never do this and here they are doing it. What do y'all think?
I think they approached it very well. So I'm in favor of it. Like they didn't. Yeah. I don't know if you saw the videos. They had that small announcement video, and then they did kind of like a press conferencing thing at the Hall of Fame. And in both, they said, point blank, Neil is irreplaceable, and we're not replacing him. We're going on tour because we love to play. And as over the years, as they would jam with each other, because they see each other all the time and they're best friends, they would jam and they're like, boy, we just miss playing. So they're going on tour to play.
Yeah.
And they don't have a replacement drum. They have someone playing with them, just like they did at the Taylor Hawkins tribute concerts.
Yes.
So they're approaching it from a really, really pure place of, we just want to, perform again. And so I'm in favor of it.
And, when I saw them at the Taylor Hawkins show, I honestly thought this is not going to be the last one. Really? We are going to see them do more of this kind of thing. Because, it's in their blood.
Yeah.
They have to do it. I mean, that's what musicians do. They play in front of people. So I'm not surprised at all that this happened.
And Geddy is a road warrior. He loves to tour. He wants to be out on the road. If it were up to him, they would have done 100 dates a year. He loves being on the road.
Right. Which is interesting. If anybody has not read Geddy's book, read that book. It is such a good read. And, he talks about some of the detriments of having that desire, having that wanderlust, having that need to be on the road all the time, because there were consequences to it. Nothing that was insurmountable, but there were costs involved.
Yeah, it's a hard life, I would imagine.
Absolutely. I couldn't do it.
No, so, I mean, it doesn't even matter how big of a rock star you are and all the perks you have and staying at the finest hotels. It's a drag. It must be a drag, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So since we're all in hyper rush mode right now, we thought we would get together and do this little game where we're going to be ranking every Rush studio album. And we've got this little, everybody knows this, we've got this little tier maker thing going here. Then we're going to place every Rush album on its respective tier. The way this is going to work is that we both scored these albums, and in a lot of cases, our scores match up. If, for instance, I gave something a 2 and Gerry gave it a 4, we average them out and that becomes a 3. Now, if you gave something a 4 and I gave it a 3, then the average of that is 3.5. I round up and it becomes a 4. So basically the highest score of the two wins. So our tiers that I've put together for this and all my future videos like this, the top tier is the magnum opus. We have classic, we have solid, albums that may be a mixed bag, And then the bottom tier is for completists only. Not a necessity, but something that if you really want to have everything in your collection, then you have to have it. Otherwise, I don't know. It might be a skipper.
Right.
So let's just jump in with the first one, the debut album. And I think we both gave this a 2.
That's right.
Yep. Now, it's interesting because I do think this is a really solid record, but I don't think it's terribly endemic of what you expect from Rush. They haven't really grown into Rush yet.
Right. It's a good album. I personally don't think it's a great Rush album.
Right.
You know,
it's a good Led Zeppelin album.
It's
a good Rush album.
Yeah. Solid rock album.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to note right off the bat, at least for me, when I'm ranking albums, when I do like I've done rankings like this before, I'm ranking the albums against each other. I'm ranking the band's output against the band's output.
Yeah.
So I want everybody who might be watching to take that into account when you see some of my rankings, which can annoy people. Some people will be annoyed. Some Rush fans will be annoyed because we're ranking them against Rush albums, and there are some Rush albums, as we'll discover, that are perfect.
Yes.
And usually if you have like a top tier album, a magnum opus, like you said, how many magnum opus could you have in a career?
Right.
And Rush
and
has
according to our ranking, Rush has a lot.
A lot. So bear that in mind. It's like grading on a curve or something. This is
exactly
comparative to themselves, not to any other band. Because any other band, what are you going to do? I mean, they'd all be 1s and 2s or 5s and 4s,
Right. And I will say that usually these things go on kind of a curve where more things land on the 4, 3, and the 2 level than the 1 and the 5. We have a lot of 5s.
That's right.
I think our bias is going to be showing as we go through this list.
I hate to say it is biased because we both love Rush.
Yes.
You couldn't make a list like this if you didn't love the band you were ranking. But some other bands that I love that have a ton of albums, they're not as top heavy as this list is because there are so many fantastic Rush albums.
There really are. And well, we're going to get there, but a lot of our 5s are in a very straight line, like one album after another.
Yep.
And so that's going to be interesting to watch as it happens, as we reveal our rank. So what's favorite track on first album?
It has to be Working Man, right?
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess
it can be whatever you want it to be.
It's Working Man for me.
Okay. I got to go Finding My Way. Holy cow. That song blows me every time.
Well, yeah, it's a fantastic opening song too, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, you might sway me.
Okay.
I
remember the first time I ever heard that album and listened to that song, I was just mesmerized the whole time.
Yeah. I can't agree because I listened to other albums first. And when you listen to the first album as someone who has listened to like 4 or 5 other albums first, immediately recognize the dearth of lyrical content, let's say.
Oh yes, absolutely. And that one wasn't my first one either. My first one is actually the next one up. And then my second one was 2112. So I was already kind of with an understanding of what Rush becomes before hearing the debut album.
Right.
I don't even remember where in my Rush journey I ended up buying the first album. I don't know. Anyway, so that's our first one. The first album comes in at, and it's, I think that's a fair thing. I think it's a mixed bag, definitely. But the second album, Fly By Night, we both gave this one a 4. This is a classic album. And this is really the start of Rush becoming Rush. And what's the ingredient that's added that really brings them into their own?
I don't know, Alan. What would that be?
I bet you it's Neil Peart.
It is Neil.
Oh my God. I mean, he
Oh,
changed the whole trajectory of that band.
oh yeah, of course. He out of the gate, right? Just with that first album, there is such a stark difference between Fly By Night
Yeah.
and the eponymously named first album.
Yeah. And not that John Rutsey's a bad drummer. He's not. I
He's
really like a lot of what he does on that first album.
right. He is a good drummer.
Yep.
But as everyone always says about Neil, he's I don't know, he's a little bit I don't know, up
Yeah.
a little bit above a lot of people.
Yes. Plus, he's just a poet at heart and brings this lyrical skill to the band that wasn't there on their first album. And I really think in both his lyric writing and in his playing, he thinks compositionally. He's
Yeah.
not just keeping a beat, he is adding to the arrangement of the song.
Right. He is I'm not sure. I remember reading a lot about how the first album was written over the course of years, other
Yeah.
than Geddy talking about John's Rutsey's supposed to write the lyrics, but ended up not completing them when they were recording them.
Right.
So I'm not sure who if they were just all three of them jammed together,
Mm-hmm.
decided this is how the songs go. So I'm not sure who was the big influence on those songs, but obviously Neil, jumped in when Geddy and Alex were trying to do something more proggy, some things more difficult
Yeah.
than on the first album, and he was definitely a sounding board for them, and took it up.
Yeah. And mentioning Getty's book again, I gotta say that was the first time I ever knew that Rutsey was intended to be the lyricist for the band.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was a big revelation to me. Like he was basically the Neil before Neil comes along in almost every way, except his level of ability just wasn't quite up to where. And of course, he was also, according to Geddy, not the most reliable dude.
Right. I always wondered, and I don't recall reading it anywhere, when they were playing these songs live, what did they do? They're playing the first songs live.
Yeah.
What were they? I know that Geddy was talking about how he would fill in his autobiography, which I think was great, how he would make up things on the spot sometimes to fill in.
Yeah.
And that definitely helped him when he was writing songs with Neil. When Neil would give him lyrics, Geddy was used to kind of coming up with his own kind of things to do in songs. So that really helped him.
Yeah.
Hone the songs and the lyrics to fit, the music and his own delivery. So
Yeah.
so I'm not really sure if they were playing Working Man before they recorded the first album. What were they singing?
Right.
I don't know. Did they not sing any of these songs live before they recorded them?
They had to have done. I mean, that's how bands operate back then. But yeah, I always wonder that too. Was Geddy just flubbing lyrics? Was he just like saying stuff? He had to have had something in his mind, something that was a concrete thing for him, waiting for John to fill in where he was supposed to have done.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Next time I meet Geddy, which I've never met him, so there is no next time, I'm going to ask him that question.
Yeah, I'm sure someone knows.
I'm sure
someone will. If my experience with the podcast is that Rush fans aren't really shy about sharing their opinions about Rush and love to share their knowledge about Rush. So if somebody,
yes,
you'll find out. Somebody will email you.
Right.
Don't worry about that.
All right. So like I said, this was my first Rush album. I don't remember what I was in, like junior high or high school, like 10th grade, maybe. I don't remember. And I was already into Kiss and some other rock bands, but I'd never heard anything quite like Fly By Night. And a friend loaned me the LP, and I took it home and listened to it, and it like melted my brain.
Right.
Like it was so different from anything I had ever heard before. Not just the voice, but the complexity of the arrangements of the songs, the complexity of the lyrics. Everything about it was so different from anything I'd heard before. It opened up whole worlds for me.
And what's your favorite song on it?
Oh my gosh. You know, it's not one of the biggies, but I really love Best I Can.
Really? That is
I really do. I just love it. Beneath, Between, and Behind is great, and of course, Bytor.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Why is that though? Why is it one of your favorites? Your favorite song?
It's short, catchy, got really cool lyrics. I don't know. Honestly, I have no explanation for it. It just really sticks in my head. Anthem is fantastic, and I love all of them. But Best I Can, I just think is great. Beneath, Between, and Behind, I love so much. And in the end, I like more the way they played it live than the original, but I still love the original a lot as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I'd have to go with Anthem.
Yeah,
because it's as a first song on a album, basically by a brand new band, right?
Basically,
it just kicks you in the teeth.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Anthem of the heart and anthem of the mind.
Right.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to the third album, and this is the first place where you and I had a little bit of disparity in our scores. So Caress of Steel ends up right in the middle tier. Now, this is an album that really divides fandom. A lot of people don't like it very much, but the ones who do like it really love it.
Right. So I gave it I put it in the classic one.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
So you put it in the solid one?
I put it on. I gave it a 2.
You
it is solid. Yes. No, that's mixed bag. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So why is that? Why is it a mixed bag for you? Other than I think I'm going bald.
Exactly. Even the long form ones, Fountain of Lamneth and Necromancer, I think you really see them becoming who you think of when you think of Rush, but they're not quite there yet. They're thinking in these big, expansive, long form terms, but they haven't quite perfected their formula yet. They haven't quite, like their ambitions are outspanning their reach just by a little bit. Like it's so close to being great. That's it. That's right. Basically it for me.
Well, there's a story that Getty tells. I think it's in his book too, where they played the album for Paul Stanley of Kiss, because I guess they were touring with Kiss.
Yeah.
And Paul did not get it. He didn't understand. He didn't like it at all. He didn't understand the album at all. He's like, he didn't even know what they were trying to do.
Right.
And then Getty always says, we didn't even know if we knew what we were trying to do.
Right.
But I think I put it, I give it a number 4 because exactly because of that. Like, despite itself, I think it does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And
I totally get that. Oops, I jumped ahead. Sorry.
And the Fountain of Lamneth, I think, as a whole, is such an odd little story.
Yes.
But for me, it doesn't have the maybe the riffs of 2112, but it's on par with 2112 for me, story-wise.
Okay. I agree. The story is really, really cool. I do like that. And Necromancer also.
Yeah. And then Bastille Day. Bastille Day makes up for a lot, I think.
Okay. Let me just say that if I were to weight this album a little more heavily, it would solely be because of Bastille Day.
Right.
Which is by far I think, the best song on their first 3 albums.
Oh wow, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something.
Like it outsteps even Anthem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
love that song.
yeah, and it definitely shows Neil. I mean, doing the historical stuff he did with Beneath, Between, and Behind.
Yeah.
But this one, oof, he just really
Yeah.
for the jugular, I think.
Yeah. And another one that is a very much a fan favorite, and that is and I just don't like it as much as everyone else who's a Rush fan loves it. And you know what it is, don't you?
I think so. Test for Echo.
Oh, no. Songs on Caress.
Oh, Songs of Crest of Steel, Lakeside Park. Of course.
Lakeside Park.
You don't like Lakeside Park?
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. I just don't.
Hey.
It's not my fave, I will say.
When they played it on the R40 tour,
They did.
I loved it because it's always been one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And it's an unusual Rush song for me because it's very nostalgic. And Neil, he wasn't a kind of let's look back at what we've done kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of presaged his later lyrical bent. He got a lot more personal in his albums.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great, like you said, it's like a stepping stone to greater things, but great on its own for me.
And I will say, when they pulled it out in the last set in the R40 tour, I was thrilled because even though it's not one of my favorite songs, they haven't played it in a long time, and I was elated to hear it. It was so good.
I'm hoping on this new tour that they'll do a snippet of The Fountain of Lemneth, because there is some kind of controversy as to whether or not they've ever played anything from The Fountain of Lemneth. There's some grainy recording that makes the rounds every once in a while where you can kind of hear somebody warbling in the background something from The Fountain of Lamneth, and they're like, it proves they played it at least once. But the people that I know who are, basically Rush historians say it was never played. So it would be great if they just played, I don't know, just the beginning, the first part.
Yeah.
Just to put it to bed.
Exactly. And I hope that there are some surprises on this tour.
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
And, they said something in their little announcement video about switching up the set list, every night. And that excites me.
It does, because it excites me too, because on the R40 tour, they kind of did that, but it was only select songs that they would switch out. So they had like 4 different sets, but it was only 2 or 3 tour songs here or whatever,
Exactly.
I'm hoping, because Getty and Alex said they were preparing 35 songs.
Yeah.
And they're not playing 3 hours like they did last time.
Yeah.
That it'll be 2 hours and 15 minutes or do whatever. So maybe they'll play 25 songs. So we'll have 10 songs to play with, swap out. So that'd be great.
Yeah. All right. We got to move on because we're being long-winded about our reviews.
How could we not be long-winded?
And now we're getting into the fives. I mean,
we're getting into the meat. That's what this is.
Yeah, the fives are coming up. So we somehow gave 2112 a 4. It is a classic album. And I think we both gave it a 4.
Okay.
I think.
I could tell you why I gave it a 4, even though most people, this is where I think there are some people who just, threw up their hands listening to us talk. Right? 2112, I can't believe. Like, some people think 2112 should be in a tier on its own.
Right.
Never mind nestled second in this 5 category thing.
Yeah.
And the reason why I gave it a 4 is because it is obviously when Rush really became Rush. Historically, it's a very important Rush album.
Yeah.
But I also didn't give it a 5 because I think the second half is kind of weak. Side B.
Yeah.
Side A, fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Stunning. And it's so good. Side A is so good that it makes up for the kind of weak songs that are on side B.
Right. And I totally get that. I think that side 2 is definitely not as strong as side 1. Side 1 is perfection.
Perfection.
Side 2 has some variances in it. And I like all of the songs. I just don't think they quite stack up as much.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
the Passage to Bangkok,
mhm.
classic song, but the Twilight
Excellent.
Zone, I don't know, kind of sounds like a novelty song.
Totally.
It sounds like, I mean, it doesn't sound like a novelty. It's not, you know, it's not a novelty song. I shouldn't have
I
said
know.
that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
but it's kind of like the lyrics kind of filler. It's about the Twilight Zone, the TV show. Okay. Lessons is okay. Tears.
I
Out of,
love Lessons.
yeah, Lessons is a good song, but
Yeah.
Tears totally out of place, if you ask me, on this album.
Right. And I don't think it suits Getty's voice in any way.
No.
It doesn't do him any favors.
No. It's just an odd song to have on this album.
Right. Right. It's
And
almost like they're like, we have to have a ballad.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah.
But you know what's great is on the 40th anniversary version of release of 2112. Alice in Chains does a cover of Tears.
Oh, yes.
That's fantastic. That's actually really good.
Yes. And it just shows you, even in their original forms, some of these songs might not sound like they're, the best songs, but they all have the potential to be that monumental killer song that they can be,
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's go move on, because we have got a lot to get through. We're up on the 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Now, as great as 2112 is, I think that all the stuff that they learned from the last 2 albums, from Caress and from 2112, all filters into this album, and they are now Rush. What you think of as classic Rush, this is it.
Right. This is where it begins.
Yeah.
And notably for me is the juxtaposition of the first song with the previous album. This is where I think Rush really takes the mantle of experimentation that they ran with for the rest of their career, because it starts with acoustic guitar, but played on, I think it's a classic, a classical guitar, so played with nylon strings, recorded outside. Those bird sounds you hear are real birds that were just around. They weren't like piped in. It's such a bizarre continuation from the previous album, because the 2112 starts with like a minute and a half of synth weirdness.
Yes.
Some noise or whatever. And this is like the most beautiful guitar part you've ever heard in your life.
And it's kind of lengthy too.
Yeah.
You're listening to it and you're like, is there more to this song than this?
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, because it is stunningly beautiful.
It is.
But it takes a while before the proper song kicks in.
Yeah. And I think it really begins to like test Rush fans' patience with it. Right?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's like, I don't know how long it is. It's pretty long for an opening song, considering the opening songs of previous albums that just kind of like punched you in the face. This one, pulling a soft blanket over you a little bit, and then it kicks in.
Yes, but it also gives you your first real taste of the new Rush sound with keyboard. Mm-hmm. Getty's playing this lovely little keyboard melody over this acoustic guitar part. And this is a very new thing for Rush. This is a very different Rush sound.
Yeah. And it's definitely recorded differently than every other Rush album.
Yeah.
A lot of space. Alex's guitar on this album, the tone he has on some of those solos.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a gearhead, so I don't know what he did, but some of it is like metallic, right? It's just like on the edge of like falling apart at times. It's such a wonderful, wonderful sound.
Right. And we've been, for the last couple of albums, we've been in the land of Rush epics. And I think musically speaking, compositionally speaking, one of their greatest achievements ever is Xanadu.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
Recorded in one take is the lore behind Xanadu.
Right.
It seems
and what an accomplishment.
Yeah. But think about it. The Farewell to Kings, the song begins, with this acoustic thing that goes on for a little while.
Yeah.
Xanadu begins with an atmospheric representation of someone riding a horse around for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
What are they thinking?
What are they thinking? It's so just like, again, like the 1-2 punch of their earlier albums when they just wanted to like get in your face. Yeah. Now they just have all this breathing room, and you've got to you're either on board or you're not. I can't imagine if you were like on the fence about Rush and you're like waiting through the beginning of Xanadu. Like, when is this song going to, kick in?
Right. And it's, partly what substance you're on when you listen to it, because I can see you, and I'm not a substance user, I don't know, but I can see you really getting enveloped in this atmosphere that they're creating.
Right. I mean, and once it kicks in, it's one of the greatest songs Rush has ever done.
Yeah. That opening bit, not the atmospheric part, but once the song kicks in,
right,
that opening bit is so great. Compositionally speaking, I just think it's one of the, and it's almost like an overture to the rest of the piece. And that overture bit, I think, is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah. And I think, they start at this point to condense into, it's still a long song, right? I don't know how long.
But it's like 11, 12 minutes. Yeah.
But they've condensed the kind of different song structures from 2112 that they had to break out into separate pieces into Xanadu. There's a lot of parts to Xanadu that sound completely different from one another. It's almost as if it would be different songs. But that's another great thing about Rush, is that they're able to do those kinds of things. They're able to make one song that has like 5 different parts in it still sound like a single song.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So that was Farewell. Our next one. Ooh. And we should go back, because this is a new thing for Rush also. Farewell ends with a piece that is the first part of a story that carries on over into the entirety of side 1 of Hemispheres.
Right.
They're thinking in such epic scale now that they can't contain a storyline on one record.
Right. And it's a level of confidence.
Yes.
I'm not sure how many people would have to be like, you know what? Let's write this song. And I don't know, year and a half from now, we'll finish it. Right. A year. It's incredible, the amount of planning, but also to make it sound nothing like the first part of the song, right? The first part.
Yeah. And as great as side 1 is, you have a side 2 that is flawless.
Yeah.
Circumstances is a great little short 3.5 minute, very proggy tune.
Yep.
Trees tells this incredible story, and then La Villa Strangiato, the greatest instrumental they have ever created.
Right.
Oh my God.
I would say, and I'm gonna, people will complain, it's the greatest rock instrumental ever, if you ask me.
Oh, I don't think I would deny that at all.
Okay, good.
I mean, it is compositionally speaking, it is a masterpiece.
And it was so difficult that even they couldn't record it all in one take. I don't know how they played it when they did.
I know.
They just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Yeah.
Not that just because it's difficult doesn't make it interesting, but the fact that it is difficult and interesting, makes it a great song.
When it comes down into that, there's I don't remember, they have like titles for each one of the like subsections of the song. And I don't remember the name of this one, but it comes down into that really quiet part where Neil is doing this really cool rhythm. That thing, that lead part that Alex plays is, I think, the most beautiful thing he's ever played.
Yeah, I agree. He's using like a wah pedal, right?
Yeah.
It's so amazing. And I think it's something that Kirk Hammett of Metallica said in the documentary about Rush Beyond the Light Stage. He couldn't believe that this crazy talented rock guitarist was using his guitar solo in such a nuanced and beautiful way.
Yeah.
He wasn't just going for it. And that's one of the greatest things about Alex, is that he can go for it. He can shred, right?
Yeah.
But he knows when to pull back, and he always knows when to play like the perfect thing. And for that song and that part, that is the perfect thing.
Yeah. So, Hemispheres, an absolutely incredible album. Followed by, I think, an even better album.
I know.
How can they be on this trajectory where they are improving to this degree on every record?
Right.
Insane.
Just when you think it couldn't get any better, it kind of gets better.
Yeah. This is taking that Hemispheres model and really polishing it, and not in a way like, you usually hear that term used when like particularly like a rock band in the 80s starts to get really poppy. They start to get radio friendly, and the production gets very much like a sheen on it. And that's not what this is. This is just a refinement of skill, a refinement of songwriting approach. And it's a staggeringly good album.
It is. And again, just like Hemispheres and Farewell to Kings built upon stuff that happened in the earlier albums, this builds on what happened in the previous two albums, where they're condensing epic ideas into smaller packages.
Yes, exactly.
Like Free Will. The guitar solo part of Free Will is really like three solos. All three of them are playing solos, right? Because it starts off, the solo part just starts off with Geddy and Neil, outdoing each other, trying to outdo each other.
Right.
And then Alex comes in. He's like, "Hold my beer, guys. I'm gonna just melt your face." And when you see them in concert, when they would do it in concert, everybody would, the entire crowd would cheer when that solo was over, because everyone, what I've heard the song 100 times. How are you doing? How is that possible to do what you just did?
Yeah. And we have mutual friends who are in a Rush tribute band called The Spirit of Rush. And if you're in the Atlanta area, go see them. They're phenomenal. And the same reaction when Reese plays that solo, it's the same reaction from any audience he plays in front of, because that solo is it's so technical and it's so involved. There's like so many moving parts to it.
Yeah.
Oh, what an achievement to have come up with that solo in the first place, but then to be able to play it live as long as he's been playing it. And it's incredible.
And Free Will is my favorite Rush song.
Oh, of all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah. It's always incredible. And there's a part in that song that I love, and it's hard to describe where it is. It comes after the solo. Just kind of breaking it back down. They get kind of like this riff going, and Alex, for like one moment, does an extra little guitar part. It's the only time in the entire song it comes up. After we're done, I'll try to point it out to you. Once you listen to it, you'll never unhear it. It's just an extra like dun dun da 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 da. I justice. But it's only there for like a second. It's just like, man, you continually have to add interesting things to this incredibly interesting song.
Yeah. For me, okay, first of all, as great as Spirit of Radio is, I just get sick of hearing it.
You do?
Yes. But when I first heard this album, and I remember very, very specifically the first time I heard this album and the impact it had on me. It was a great song and I loved it. But okay, favorites is Natural Science.
Natural Science.
Of course.
Of course.
I think that's one of the greatest things they've ever done. And Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder. Yep.
So on the R40 tour, I saw them in Atlanta, and it's overcast, it's rainy, and I'm heading to an outdoor gig. And I thought, oh man, do I really, I mean, of course I want to go, but do I really want to go and stand in the rain and blah, blah, blah. And at that moment, like literally the rain eases up and the clouds part and you see the literal Jacob's Ladder effect of the sun coming through the parting clouds. And I thought, because I had not looked at any set lists, I wanted to go into this show completely spoiler free. And I thought, they haven't played this in a long, long, long time. What if they played Jacob's Ladder tonight? And they did, and I cried.
It's so amazing. I mean,
it really is.
It's a song about a thunderstorm.
Right.
So
it's such a Beethoven thing to do, because Beethoven's Sixth Symphony is all about this portrait of nature. And one of the middle movements is all about an incoming thunderstorm and then it receding. And that's exactly what Jacob's Ladder is. And it's so, I mean, it's the Beethovenist thing they've ever done.
Beethovenist.
Yeah. I can coin a word. Hey.
And Natural Science, again, Alex in Natural Science, those guitar solos, just like,
oh man,
2 or 3 of them in there. Holy
yeah.
It just the craziest stuff.
Craziest.
These weird atonal thing. I don't even know what he's doing, man. It must be so amazing to be Alex, I think. Right?
He must just live in his head for one day.
Yeah, to just stand in awe too of just like the crazy stuff he comes up with, because he famously doesn't really practice his solos. Like he doesn't come up with his solos before he's playing them. You know, they'll stitch together some parts of the solos from stuff he's just played. So a lot of the stuff is just off the top of the noggin, you know. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That's a musical genius named Alex Lifeson.
Right.
And by the way, Permanent Waves was the first Rush album I bought with my own money.
Wow.
I had heard Fly By Night. I had heard 2112, and I was hooked. And when Permanent Waves came out, that was the first one that I bought. And that started a lifelong journey that has not ended yet.
Yeah, I can see why.
All right, so we move on from Permanent Wave to, hey, I bet the next one's going to be on the 5 level also. Moving Pictures. Holy cow.
Moving Pictures. I mean, what can you say about Moving Pictures that hasn't been said already, right?
Nothing. So we should just move on to the next one.
We might as well. I mean, it's the greatest albums ever made. If you ask me, my humble opinion, not just a great Rush album, one of the greatest albums ever made. Side 1 is absolute perfection.
Yeah.
The solo on Limelight,
possibly
one of the greatest guitar solos in rock history.
Right.
Right up there with anything you can possibly name.
And you know, here's the thing. I think that one of the I don't want to say forgettable, but maybe overlooked. One of the songs that most people don't really think of, and that is Vital Signs. I love Vital Signs.
Yeah, I've heard from people who have said when they first heard Vital Signs, they were very annoyed by it. They didn't like it at all. They didn't. Neil's using electronic drums for the first time, and people didn't like. They're like, "Oh boy, if this is going to be Rush's direction, I don't know if I'm on board." And I don't see it. I think it's right. I love that song.
Yeah. I think my favorite is, well, I was going to say something else, but Camera Eye is way up there for me. But I think my favorite is Witch Hunt.
Yeah, Witch Hunt. Did you see Rush on the Moving Pictures tour, the Time Machine tour?
No, I didn't see him on the Time Machine tour. I did see him on the Moving Pictures tour.
You did?
Oh God, yeah. My first Rush show was Permanent Waves.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really
And we were on, they had that thing where they would do like the album would come out, they do a big tour, they would go to the studio, and then they would take a break in the spring because they love baseball and they would go to the spring training. So they would do a tour around the Southeast in the spring, and they would call it their spring break tour or whatever they would call it.
Right.
And they would always, it was a short tour just to get out and see baseball, but they would always play a couple of songs from the album they're working on next.
Yeah.
And so on the Permanent Waves tour, we got Spirit of Radio and Free Will. And on the Moving Pictures tour, we got Analog Kid and Subdivisions.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. How did
my gosh
go over? Do you remember?
What's that?
How did Subdivisions go over?
Oh, I think really well. It's hard to remember that specifically, but I think really well. And I remember being really impressed by it. All right. So Moving Picture, anything else you want to say about Moving Pictures?
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
It's perfect.
It is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. So we move on from the pictures to this little gem where they really start to get 80s-ish, and this is Signals. But this album has one of the greatest concert Rush songs ever, and that is Subdivisions.
Subdivisions, right. Now, did you also rank this? Did you also rank all of these albums in the top tier, right?
That's a very good question. I didn't. I'm a bit more sparing with my fives. Okay. So I gave some of these a 4, but by average, they come back up to 5 anyway.
Which ones did you give a 4 to?
I think Signals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And even though I do love Signals, I think that it is, and it's a great album because you've got stuff like The Weapon, which I love. And being in a Central Florida boy, I grew up in Central Florida, and I was all about NASA and the space program. Countdown was like a super important song for me at that time, and still is now. But at that time, I was like enamored with that song.
Well, Countdown actually I was going to put this as a 4 because I'm not a big fan of Countdown.
Oh,
I don't know why. I just never really.
I can understand that. It's very keyboard heavy, much more so than anything else on the record. And I don't, and I can see that. And I think had I not had the proximity to the space program physically, I might not have gotten into it as much.
I did hear a version of the song without the NASA like overdubs.
Oh,
and I think it's better.
Oh, I can't imagine not having the NASA overdubs.
I think it makes the song better. So, but despite that song that I don't like that much, the rest of it is so incredible that I just had to give it. To me, it's like the difference between all of these albums that we have in number 5, which I all just rank them all number 5. It's a hair. They're so good, and they're so different from each other, but they're so close to each other. Signals is again like almost perfect.
I agree. I think that something like New World Man was different enough for me at the time that it didn't quite stack up to the stuff on the previous 4 or 5 albums.
Right.
And the lack of a big epic kind of signaled, no pun intended, to me that maybe things were changing in a way that I might not be as comfortable with. Like I didn't want them to change that much.
Well, you're not alone, because Signals is the album where a lot of Rush fans jumped ship.
Yeah. And they missed out on a lot of great stuff after that.
They did, but a lot of people will say that, they just didn't like the direction the band was going in, and they really don't like the stuff
Yeah.
that happened after Signals.
Yeah. And, they have said that they were, listening to a lot of the Police, and you hear some of that sneak into the arrangements of these songs.
Yeah.
And there's still some great stuff on there. Analog Kid, I think, is amazing. I just love it.
Yeah. Great solo. Again, great guitar.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people were disappointed by the role that Alex was playing on Signals, a diminished role compared to the keyboards.
And it only gets worse from here.
But
it's interesting because of that, he finds new ways to fit into these songs. And I think a lot of the stuff that he does after this is so much. I mean, the big, fat, fast technical guitar solos are great, but I think a lot of the stuff he does after this is really interesting because he has to find a new role almost in this band.
Yeah, he does. He's said that a lot of times. The keyboards were taking up so much sonic space.
Yeah.
Recordings that he had to find a different sound. And it's a lot of people complain that from here on out to probably counterparts, I guess, the guitars are kind of
right.
Because he's trying to fill a different sonic space in these recordings.
Right. So moving on from Signals, and I was hoping to keep this to an hour, and we're at 50 minutes already. I know. We come up with Grace Under Pressure, which is another album that I really love. I think, and this is going to be the case with a number of albums after this point, I think it's let down a little bit by the production.
Yeah, I never minded the production. I've heard that a lot. I gave this a 5 as well. I don't know what you gave it.
4.
4. I think Grace Under Pressure is, the cap of an incredible run of nearly perfect albums.
Right.
So it's like 6 albums in a row, right? That I
think it's insane.
It's insane.
That level of quality that they maintained for that long.
Right. And we're talking about a span of 1977 to 1984. That's when Grace Under Pressure came out.
Yeah.
So that's 7 years, right? 6 albums, 7 years.
Yeah.
And to me, they're almost perfect. Every one of them is
absolutely
perfect.
And some of them we have described as perfect.
As perfect, right?
Flawless albums. Yes.
And I say this a lot, and fans of other bands disagree completely. But it's hard to find, from my point of view, a band, first of all, that has 19 albums, right?
Yeah.
That are almost all good, at least. But to have 6 albums in a row that are fantastic classics is unprecedented, I think.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so after Grace, we're down off of the 5 tier finally.
We are.
And we have Hold Your Fire, which, talk about some production issues. I don't think that the mix on this album is very good at all. Well, plus it's just so keyboard heavy.
Right, we missed one. We skipped over Power Windows.
Oh, son of a biscuit. Well then, okay, there we go. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Power Windows. I knew that didn't look right. Okay. Power Windows. Yes. But again, I think that the production is a little lacking. And talk about the keyboards. Holy moly.
This is where people who might have jumped back on the train of Grace Under Pressure, right?
Yeah.
They're hearing Distant Early Warning or something. Or like, I'm taking my bindle and I am getting off this train too. Right? Some people dislike Power Windows.
And I can understand. I think it's got some really good stuff on it, but I think it gets over orchestrated by Geddy. and he's like enamored with his new keyboard setups, and he adds to them on every album, and I think it gets too much.
I love Power Windows.
Yeah.
Because it's the thing I love about Rush is that they do evolve.
Yes.
Over time. I mean, if you just Power Windows came out in what 1985, so
yeah,
it's been, 10 years since Caress of Steel, right?
Yeah,
came out in 75. 10 years since Fly By Night and Caress of Steel. They both came out in 75. 10 years, Alan. 10 years. 10 years, and they went from Fly By Night to Power Windows in 10 years.
I know.
To me, that's astonishing.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
And, Power Windows is where Neil's writing changes. He starts writing about different topics. It's no longer this grand kind of, it's not hemispheres. It's not about gods. It's not about whatever. It's very specific and very personal, stories about individuals on this album. Even a song like Manhattan Project, which is about, the awesome power of an atomic weapon. Each of those stanzas is about a single person or type of person, a kind of person. He's bringing everything back down to the personal, and changed the way he wrote forever. And that's what I like about it. That's what I love about this album is the direction, another shift in direction.
Yes. And I love it too, I will say, but I do get a little keyboard weary on this album, but I think all the songs are really great, and I love the arrangements. So I'm not necessarily dissing Power Windows because I do enjoy it a lot.
But
I'm sorry. Yes, go back.
If you were getting tired of the keyboards, Your Fire comes in.
Boom! Look at that. And like I said before, when I jumped a track, I do think the production on this is a little bit muddy.
Sure.
And I don't think it does the songs any favors, but I do love a lot of the songs on this album. We get into a point now where we're doing like every song is 4.5 to 5 minutes. And they're not starting to sort of differentiate themselves enough. Like there's a few tracks on here that I just think, okay, that's just the same as the track before it.
And there are some tracks on here where you literally will listen to it and say, where the hell is Alex?
Oh, yes.
He's barely on some songs.
Exactly.
Stretches of them, of some of these songs. You're like, Alex is just kind of sitting in the corner smoking a cigarette in this recording. Where is he?
Right.
He's also famously was very kind of upset with this album and his place in the band. And also, this is for me where the band takes a turn compared to itself. I think Hold Your Fire is a great album. I listen to it a lot. I listen to some of the songs a lot. But like I said at the beginning, compared to Farewell to Kings through Grace Under Pressure,
right,
it's a 3.
Totally. I totally agree with you. Okay. Now you talk about a dividing line amongst Rush fans, and I would say 80% of Rush fans fall on one side of this. Where do you stand on Taishan?
Oh, I do not like Taishan. It is my favorite Rush song. I just find people get so mad at me when I talk. Can I tell you, Alan, how many emails I've gotten from people who are just like, stop ragging on Taishan?
Really? Because I only ever see people rag on Taishan. I don't know of anybody that likes it besides me.
No, I've had people, maybe they're joking. I don't know. Say that Taishan's their favorite song, top 10 song.
What? 10 song. I have never heard that.
Oh, I'll send you some emails. Some people love Taishan, and they are just tired of me ragging on Taishan. I don't like Taishan. I don't like the flute at the beginning. I don't like.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I just don't like anything about it. I think it, and if I could be too critical without any kind of reason, I think it was so personal to Neil that doesn't come. A lot of so many of his songs, the personal ones, come out as universal. You can really feel the universality of the topic. This one just do it for me.
I understand. Wow, this is a revelation for me because I thought everybody but me hated that song.
No, some people love it.
Okay, I'm not alone.
You're not alone. So Taishan is always my least favorite Rush song. I put it at the bottom, except when I was doing our ranking, we did an episode where we kind of ranked all the Rush songs. I had to put BU2B2 from Clockwork Angels as the last Rush song, only because it's not even a song. It's an interstitial kind of thing. It's a minute and a half long.
BU2B2.
The second.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I put that at the bottom, but it probably shouldn't even be in the list of Rush songs anyway.
Yeah, I get that. So, all right. So Hold Your Fire. We move into Presto. I really like Presto.
I really like Presto too. I was considering putting Hold Your Fire down a notch because I like Presto so much more than Hold Your Fire.
Yeah. And I don't remember, you may have given it a 2 and I gave it a 3. So by average, it comes up to a 3. But I think we both agreed on Presto.
Yeah, I gave Hold Your Fire a 3 and Presto a 3.
Oh, okay.
But it was a real I had a real dark night of the soul, trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, I get you.
It's hard to rank them both on the same plane for me.
Right.
Even, again, I love Hold Your Fire. Don't get me wrong. We're talking comparatively, right?
Yeah.
Comparatively. And Presto has some great songs on it. Anagram for Mongo, one of the most clever things written.
I agree with that. Totally.
And Geddy's, they're backing up the keyboard, so he's playing bass more, and there are some incredible bass lines on Presto.
Right. I agree. I think the production on this album is too thin.
It is.
I think it needs to be beefed up considerably. I think that the guitar sounds, even though Alex's playing is great, I think that it sounds a little weak, and I think the bass sounds too thin.
Yeah, I think it could really do with a Vapor Trails type of remastering. Or remix, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the difference, I can never figure out the difference between those two things.
Exactly.
I've had it explained to me many times, and I nod my head every time. Whatever magic was done to Vapor Trails should be done to Presto.
Agreed. And anyway, it's a great album.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got this is where things start to really change for me. This is Roll the Bones. When we get into 90s Rush, I really find a lot of it to be, I don't know, like samey.
Yes.
I think that this album does a good job of there are some standout things on this record, but it just wasn't what I was wanting from Rush at the time.
Like what are some standouts to you?
Oh, Ghost of a Chance.
Ghost of a Chance. Yeah, I'm not a big.
Oh my, that is a killer song.
Mid-tempo Rush is my least favorite Rush.
Yeah, I totally get that, but I think that song is exceptional.
When Roll the Bones came out, I was in love with it. I loved Roll the Bones. I thought it was
the song or the album. Are you saying?
Oh, the whole album. I thought it was fantastic. I was so excited for the tour. The tour was great. Loved Roll the Bones. I loved Roll the Bones. And I would dip into Roll the Bones every once in a while. But over the years, I just kind of stopped listening to it. And then when we were reviewing it on the podcast, and I had listened to it with fresh and critical ears for the first time in probably a decade at least, it did not hold up for me at all. It was like for me, it was like watching one of your favorite sitcoms or shows from like the 70s or the 80s that you loved as a kid, and then when you watch it, you're like, what was I thinking? I can't imagine like watching Alf. Right? How good could Alf be? probably loved it when you were younger and you were like, wow, Alf is the funniest show ever. If you watched it now, I'm not so sure you'd be laughing too hard at Alf
Yeah,
eating
exactly.
or whatever he was doing. But that's how I feel about Roll the Bones. There's some of the songs I just don't like at all. I mean, Dreamline is great.
I'll tell you though, I remember, the first single from a new Rush album, you're like just waiting in anticipation. What is this going to sound like? And I remember I was working in an office supply place and I was on a delivery route and I was trying so hard to like make a stop, get in and back to the van quickly enough that I didn't miss whenever they were going to be playing this new Rush song that they kept talking about. And I heard Dreamline for the first time and I hated it.
Well, I
Hated
mean,
it.
the production isn't very good, like you said. It's
Yeah.
very thin. It could, like you said, could be shored up a little bit. Some more clay could be added to the wireframe.
Right. But even other than maybe lyrically, I thought this is a song that any band could have done. There's nothing specifically Rush about this song.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think that sums up the album for me.
Exactly. I do love Dreamline now. It took a long time for me to come to terms with that song, and I do really enjoy it now. And I mentioned the band a little bit earlier, Spirit of Rush added Dreamline to their set list about a year ago or so, and I was like, yes, give me Dreamline. But man, when it first came out, I despised it.
When Rush played it live, they it's a much better version. The live version is very, and the title track, Roll the Bones.
Yes.
Loved when it came out. I think, the rap part kind of didn't age as well as it could have.
Yeah.
Got a lot of flack from people. Criticism of Roll the Bones when we talked about it on the podcast. So I don't know what to say. Again, whatever Rush song you're thinking of, that's someone's favorite Rush song. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I personally love the song Roll the Bones. And I think that the way that they did it live on the last tour or two, and especially on R40, when they had all their celebrity friends miming to the rap part, was hilarious.
It was great.
But I love the song anyway.
And I have to tell you, Where's My Thing?
Yeah.
It's the live versions of Where's My Thing that really, really makes me think it's such a great instrumental.
Yes, agreed. All right, so Roll the Bones. We are going to go right up to Counterparts, and we're just like we were holding steady on the 5 level earlier. We're like solidly on the 3 right now. And Counterparts, man, there's some stuff on here that I love. Like Animate is one of my favorite Rush songs, but we're in a point now where it's like I have 2, maybe 3, usually 2 favorites per 90s album, and the rest of the album I don't even think about.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I mean, I gave it a 3. I don't know what you gave it.
I gave it a 3, mainly because of Animate.
Right, Animate, and for me, it's been a while since Alex has had a fantastic solo, but I think the solo on Between Sun and Moon is impeccable. Such an unusual kind of, I think he's like picking it or whatever, just whatever sound.
Yes.
He's like finger picking it almost. I think it's one of the best solos he's ever done.
Yeah. I will say, this is another story time here. When Dreamline first came out and I heard it on the radio, I hated it. I didn't think I would ever have as negative a reaction to a new Rush song as I ever did that one, but I hated Stick It Out even more.
Yeah, I agree.
Hated it, and I still don't like it. Like I came to terms with Dreamline, and I love it now. I still don't like Stick It Out.
I mean, The Speed of Love, I'm not a big fan of. Cold Fire.
Yeah, Cold Fire is okay for me.
Yeah, the good thing about Counterparts, and probably the reason why it was at a 3 for me, is because they plugged it back in. Basically, it's a loud album.
Yes, it is.
It's got riffs on it. Neil sounds thunderous, especially at the beginning of Animate.
Oh yeah.
So it was a return to form, even if the form was a little different from what we were used to.
Right. And Alien Shore, I really like a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, so that alone kicks it up a notch to me.
Yeah. I wonder if I should have and I maybe did. Maybe I did give it a 2, but by average it comes up to a 3. But I do really find it to be a mixed bag.
It is kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah. So
this is Rush till the last album. To me, mixed bag.
Right. Oh, yeah, totally. So speaking of that, we come up to Test for Echo. Same thing, same story as the last couple of albums, but there are 2 tracks that I absolutely love, and that is the title song and Driven.
For me, the only good song on the album is Driven.
God, it's so amazing.
So when we were talking about this, and I gave you my list.
Yeah.
You have the completist only section, right?
Yep.
I put Test for Echo in that box, number
Yes.
1, which
Yes.
again, people do not like when I talk about Test for Echo this way.
Whoo, baby.
I listened to Test for Echo when it first came out. I like Driven because they would play it in concert a lot. So I like Driven. And the video's cool. Have you ever seen the video for Driven?
I never have, actually.
Oh, it's pretty cool. They would play it, like parts of it in concert. But I listened to Test for Echo when it came out. Didn't like it. And I don't think I listened to it again until we were recording our episodes about it. So
wow,
was it 96 to 2020 or whatever?
Jeez.
Never listened to Test for Echo. It's I mean, Resist is a great song.
Yes.
Right? But if you listen to the live version of Resist from I think it was the 30th anniversary.
Yes.
That is an amazing, fantastic version.
Yeah.
The studio version, I don't like at all. But if I could just play it acoustic, I'm fine. Because it's a great song. And I have a feeling maybe that's a lot of the other songs on this album are good.
Right.
Like the way they're arranged or produced or whatever.
Yeah. And that reminds me, going back to I think Roll the Bones, Bravado.
Right.
That's one of my favorite Rush songs. That I forgot to mention it when we were there. So I don't know. I just want to throw that in because I just love that song. But the Resist is the same thing. It's an okay song, but when they do that acoustic version, it's phenomenal.
It is a phenomenal song.
Yeah. All right. Test for Echo. We come up to, and this is a tricky one.
It is.
Because Rush had been gone for about 5 years, and Vapor Trails comes out. And I didn't know what to make of it at first.
Either did I. And it turned out that was because of the production or the remastering. I don't know. Like I said, I never get those two correct.
Right.
It was remastered a few years later.
Yeah.
And that's when I loved it. That's when I fell in love with it.
And I'll be totally honest. That remaster did not change my opinion of the album.
Oh.
It didn't help me come to terms with the album at all.
Unlike Test for Echo, where I didn't like it when it first came out, and then when I listened to it for the podcast, I still didn't like it.
You're right.
I have a newfound appreciation for Vapor Trails.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like it when it came out. Again, never listened to it again. I maybe listened to Vapor Trails twice. And then I listened to it for the podcast, and I was amazed. It's like that quote from Mark Twain, right? It was just like, when I was 16, my father knew nothing, and when I was 20 or whatever, like, I found out that I was amazed at how much he had learned in the past 4 years, whatever. That's how I feel about Vapor Trails.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was just awful. But then when I listened to it, I was like, wow, I'm like embarrassed to have not liked this album as much as I like it now. But again, we're talking comparatively. There's some things about it that aren't, just don't stack up to the earlier albums. Some of the rhythms are off. Some of it's plodding. Some of the songs just kind of plod. I don't know. But
Yeah.
overall, it's a great album.
I really like Peaceable Kingdom.
Peaceable Kingdom's great.
And the other one that I like, which is part 4 of Fear.
Oh, Freeze.
Freeze. Thank you. I love that.
I love The Stars Look Down.
Oh, okay.
Because they're, I don't know, Neil in this song is at his most vulnerable, and he's doing something he said he would never do, like write really, really personal songs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's so like he's at the choruses. What is the meaning of this? And the stars look down.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? And the stars look down. Was it something I said? And the stars look down. It's so kills me every time. He's in such a bad place.
I know.
And everybody, he's always been such a praise for his rationalism. And here he is, like arms to the sky, like, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? And I just love that vulnerability.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, the only Rush album that ended up on the bottom tier.
I disagree. This should even be on this list, truthfully.
That's fine. I get that. I have absolutely no time for any band that I love doing an album of all covers. But I think that is especially true of Rush, because every band has done a cover here and there. It's not unprecedented. Rush has never done that. Every bit of Rush material is written in-house by the three of them, except for the couple of times when they have somebody like Pi Dubois, who joins in on the songwriting with Neil. Other than that, everything is 100% Rush, and this one isn't.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I put it in my bottom spot as well. And I think like I told you, I put Test for Echo in the same spot only because Test for Echo, I think, is my least favorite Rush album, and I don't even consider Feedback to be a Rush album.
To be a Rush album, yeah.
Well, it's an EP, right?
Well, that's true. That's true.
And if you can see this poster behind me, right? It's got all the Rush albums on it, and you might notice that it is not on here. I'm doing a very bad weatherman kind of thing, pointing. It's not even on a poster of all of their albums. Yeah, I mean, they put this out prior to the R30 tour, I believe.
Yes.
And I don't want to go see Rush and see them play cover songs. They have so many songs I want to hear, even though I thought it was good. They did like acoustic version, some songs. I don't want to go to a Rush song and hear them play other songs. I want to hear Rush songs.
Exactly. So a big fail on Rush's part.
Yeah.
And, I know that there's reasons why a band would do something like this. There are contractual reasons and there are other things going on, but I just don't care for it. So we're going to move on quickly from Feedback into Snakes and Arrows, which I really like. I don't think it's great, but I ranked it higher than you did.
Yeah, I gave it 3. Did you give it a 4?
Oh, I guess I did give it a 3 then. Okay, so we both agreed on that one.
Right. Yeah, I think it's also a great album. And we talked to the producer, Nick Raskulinitz, on our podcast.
Yeah.
A really good interview, because I always wanted to know how he got Rush to become Rush again.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Snakes and Arrows is where they really, some of the songs, again, it's kind of like Vapor Trails-y to me. Some of the songs aren't quite there, but overall, it's really Rush becoming Rush again.
I think it's a huge improvement over a lot of the previous, 4 or 5 albums.
Yes.
I think it's a solid record. I think that a lot of where it shines, it really shines. And I think the lowlights aren't nearly as low as on some of the other 90s albums.
Agreed. Yeah. And Far Cry is
Oh
great.
my gosh.
What
Amazing.
what a great song.
Yes. Amazing.
It's a far cry from the world we thought we'd inherit.
Yeah.
What an amazing line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think Armor and Sword is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Main Monkey Business, great
Yeah.
instrumental.
Yeah. 3 instrumentals on this album, and they're all really good.
They're all really good.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have given it a 4. No, I think about it. No, I think 3 is fine.
I'm telling you, I really debated about a 3 or a 4 for that one.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cheat a little bit and call it a 3.5.
Okay.
We're going to give it an honorary half a point.
This is the first Rush album, probably, in a few albums that I was like, I can listen to the whole thing. Like I want to listen to the whole thing.
Right.
I listened to it many, many times.
Plus, I think the production is better too. I think it just sounds better than a lot of their recent stuff.
Right. It's true.
All right. So let's just wrap it up really quickly with their, at least at this point, their final album, which Clockwork Angels, you gave a 4, I gave a 5. So it rounds up to a 5. I absolutely love this album. I think this is Rush reclaiming their legacy, but also doing something new at the same time. It's like they're looking back, but looking forward also. And I think that if Rush's career had to end somewhere, it could not have found a better place to end than on this album.
I agree. I think Clockwork Angels, and again, people hate it when I say this. I get emails from people, some fans of other bands, like people who really love other bands. Clockwork Angels is the greatest, like on purpose final album, even though they didn't consider it to be their, like, nobody knew that there was going to be their final album.
Yeah. Yeah.
As like an artistic statement that you do so late in your career.
Yeah.
It's by far the best final album of any band, if you ask me. I mean, some bands, they've been around for, no band, again, people don't like when I say this, no band has been around for as long as Rush has been around and put out so many consistently good albums and then drop this total banger as their final album in their 60s. It's crazy to me how good this album is.
Right.
We talked to Nick Resculinitz. I asked him about Headlong Flight.
Oh my gosh.
I said Headlong Flight is every great moment from every great Rush song distilled into one song. And he said that's exactly what they were going for. He said, I want you to be Rush. I want you to throw all of Rush into the song. Yeah. And did. It's such an amazing song.
Yeah. I think that they're finally back to thinking differently as far as being composers, and they're thinking in different scale than they have for a long time. They have some 5-minute songs, but they have some 8-minute songs. They're being more flexible in what they're producing. And I think that songs like Headlong Flight and the title track are amazing, and they stack right up alongside every other Rush classic for me.
Yeah, I agree. And it's their only actual full concept album.
Exactly. People always say 2112, and some people say Hemispheres, but no, that's only half of a concept album.
Half of a concept album. There's an argument to be made that a lot of the other albums are written around concepts.
Yeah.
Power Windows, might examine songs, examine aspects of power in different ways. But this is a single story throughout the whole thing. And it's very cohesive and amazing.
I think of things like Power Windows as a thematic album,
right?
Not a concept album. This is a true concept album.
Yes.
And that bears out with the fact that it was turned into a novel. It was turned into a graphic novel. It has sequels. It is a potent, really, really well thought out and creative world that they have built.
Yeah, definitely a world building album.
Yeah.
And songs like The Wreckers, they did
Mm.
something completely different. Alex played bass and Geddy played guitar on that song.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Nick Raskulinecz was like, let's just almost like, let's be Rush again. Let's do the weird, dangerous thing. It may
Yes.
not work. You know what I mean? Like, you may record Hemispheres, right? Famously recorded, and it was in the wrong key, and Geddy had a hard time singing all of the song Hemispheres, right?
Right.
He was just like, let's just go for it. You guys are Rush. There are no rules to Rush. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want. And I
Yes.
just thought it was amazing that they picked up different instruments and were able to play. And the Records is a fantastic song.
Yeah. Everything on this album is amazing.
Yeah, I
All
agree.
right. So that brings us to the end of our examination of Rush albums. Thank you,
Yeah.
Gerry, for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm so glad that you asked me, and I'm sorry we talked for so long. I hope.
Oh my gosh. We were just had a little gab fest going on.
How
But
could you not? How are you going to keep the discussion of 19 albums and feedback to an hour?
exactly.
Surprised we did it in it's been an hour and a half. I'm surprised
Yeah.
we did it in an hour and a half.
Me too. We could have gone so much. I mean, there's a lot of analysis that you can do on every one of these albums.
Absolutely.
So this could have been a much longer video. I'm surprised that we got it to 90 minutes.
Right. And who knows? Maybe we'll turn off the camera and keep talking. Who knows?
Who knows? But we won't subject listeners or viewers to that.
Right. That'll be the cut.
Yeah. So thank you, Gerry, for joining me again. I appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing some more of these. I've got a Styx one ready to go. I've got my modern musicology co-host, Anthony Williams, is going to be doing a Black Sabbath one with me. And after that, I've got some ideas. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but I've got some things in mind and some people to invite.
Okay. Sounds good. If you're doing one, said if you do an Indigo Girls one, you know who to call.
I do know who to call. That's right. I will.
Me, in case you had any doubt.
Yes, but we can't go 90 minutes.
No, we'll try not to.
All right. So we will be. So I was going to say, first of all, tell people about your podcast again.
Oh yeah, it's called Something for Nothing, a Rush fan cast. You can find it on all of your favorite podcast platforms, wherever you listen to it. And we talk about Rush, believe it or not. We've talked about all the albums. We've interviewed a whole bunch of people. Like I said, Nick Raskulinecz, Hugh Syme, Ben Mink. I mean,
wow,
really, it's
that's amazing.
I'm just so grateful that so many people connected intimately with Rush came on the podcast. So I don't know if you like Rush. Check it out.
If you like Rush, you wouldn't be listening this long to this thing.
That's true.
Since you have, go listen to Something for Nothing. Yeah. And I will say, I got to go listen. I haven't listened to that Ben Mink episode. I would love to hear that. And if I ever got the chance to chat with him, I have a lot of things I would ask him. Some of them about Rush, but I'd be much more interested in the 2 albums that he co-produced with Heart.
Oh.
Ooh, because they are very, very interesting albums. Anyway, so that's going to wrap it up for us. Everybody, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. And don't forget that our regular episodes, podcast episodes of Modern Musicology, at least for right now, are coming out every Sunday. We will probably be going back to our regular 2-week schedule starting in January. But for right now, we're hitting on every week. And we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. So don't forget to listen to those. So everybody take care. Have a great week and keep rocking on. Keep rushing on, I should say.
That's right.
All right. Take care, y'all.